Guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I'm in Watcher of Realms at the moment, and I've done some of the dailies already, but I'm going to finish up some of them and also do some of the Omen Queller, I believe it's called. Let's see what we can get into. First of all, I'm going to check over here at this guy. We've got to claim all of these idle rewards. That's 10 quick clear tickets, 2 insignia of melee attack 3s, 2 arena permits, 3 auto fight attempts, 1 huge stamina potion from that. Then, let me make sure I've finished all of the guild quests for the day. I'm pretty sure I have. I have. Excellent. We have here something in the mail. Omen Queller rewards reissue. It says, Dear Commander, the Omen Queller event has ended. Please find attached your unclaimed rewards. And so I assume this is from all of those bags that we got. I'm not really sure. Looks like we got 30 gleaming meteorites, 100 mithril, and 1 rare summoning pistol. Okay, out of there, let's go over to the quests section. And the daily quests here. We've got claim the Tide Onslaught rewards one time. We'll go ahead and go claim that real fast. And again, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just going to claim whatever we have. I did find this nice handy skip button here. Seems to work out okay for me. We got 48 legendary skill dust, 368 talent points, 50 epic skill dust, 15,000 gold, 75 stamina, 78 rare skill dust, and a few demon soldier shards. We got skeleton guardians, one of those, 2 elite skeleton archers, and 1 small arachnid there. Then we can hop out of there, come over here and claim these guys. That's 1 stamina potion sample, and then the box at the top, we've got 35 diamonds in. Alright, let's go ahead and I'll hold off on the summon just in case more people end up showing up in the next couple of minutes. So we'll pause on that and come over to the arena and see if we have anything here. I could do Frankenstein's from Germany, who has 331,828 BP. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Looks like their monsters have the same amount of BP as they do on this one. And ours ends up being, the auto fight BP is 363,599, giving us what would appear to be the advantage. But this team that I have together here, I don't think it's all that solid, to be honest. And they have looks like Ichiro, Hot Suit, that's Yuri. Like, I'm not sure who the other ones are, but we may find out. Might get killed before we find out. Let's see. Here they've stuck up Hot Suit first with Ghastly Burst. Deals damage to up to 5 enemies nearby, dealing 230% AoE damage every 0.3 seconds, lasting for 4 seconds. Then they threw out Erlong Shin, which I think that I have an artifact or something for Erlong Shin, but I don't have Erlong Shin. He has Third Eye, inflicts Heaven's Gaze on up to 3 enemy targets in range. During this effect, increases max HP and attack by 17%. Each basic attack alternately deals 20% extra damage or inflicts 1 stack of radiant erosion. Increases basic attack range. And then they threw out Yuri up here, facing down. She has Needle of Torment. Deals 5 hits of 75% damage per second to 1 enemy target in range. When a target dies during the skill, gains 5% rage and targets 1 other enemy near the falling target. Here's Beatrix with Soul Feast. Summons Dream Eater times 2. During the ultimate, increases Beatrix's and Dream Eater's damage by 70%. Expands Dream Eater's target search range to the entire battlefield and reduces the cooldown of talent by 5 seconds. And it looks like we've started to make a bit of a comeback up here. May be able to catch up, may not. We shall see. Oh, they've stuck out Idril as well up here. I don't know if that was before or after Yuri, but she has limitless shots. During the skill effect, each basic attack fires 3 consecutive shots to 1 enemy, each dealing 80% damage, lasting for 25 seconds. During the ultimate, the hero's attack range becomes unlimited, and her attacks no longer prioritize airborne units. Okay, so looks like I am not quit. Okay, that's just our long shin down down. Oh. So we did make a comeback on that one, barely. We were pretty far down, 51.7%, and they had much lower BP than we did, so that's meaningful. Their BP was 331,828, and they were from Germany. All right. Now, the top damage on the board was Edrin with 10,026,600, followed by Arrogance with 8,785,800. Then this, I believe, is Beatrix over here with 8,450,200. And then it actually drops down pretty far. It goes down to Erlong Shen down here with 5,568,860, and then Hot Suit after that at 4,415,860. So that's interesting. We got 3 arena coins and 5,000 XP potions for that fight. We'll hop out of there, and then I'm going to refresh the opponents and see what we have. This is the AoE DPS challenge, by the way. So, there's somebody trying to throw the game named Seraph down here from the United States. My understanding is that when people do this, it's normally because they're trying to drop their rank and get in with some people that they can win fights with again. So we will help them in their endeavor here. So, even though their team BP is only 23,392, their monster BP is 87,720. So they're going to definitely trick some people in fighting them who are going to definitely lose. So that's an interesting way there on multiple levels. I've seen it now and then. And the person that they put out there is Dolores. So never mind, because Dolores doesn't do damage. She just does the healing, and I think it's inspiration. I just pulled Dolores myself the other day, and I haven't really looked at her. I know that I've seen her a lot in Arena on other people's teams, and it seems like she's pretty good. I think she's giving out inspiration or something like that to her to the other people on their team. So. All right, stats. Again, this was, they were throwing the game on this. Seraph from the United States. And so Arrogance was the only one out who did any damage. He did 216,804. We got 3 arena coins and 8,000 XP potions for that. Hey, OJ, how you doing this evening? All right, and now we're going to be done with the arena for the moment. And let's see here. I don't think, at least, that I did the faction trial. I did, like, the basic one, I think. But I don't think that I did whatever. Okay, so Trial of the Cultists is what it is. I don't know when the last time I did the Trial of the Cultists was. It may have been recent, it may not have been. But let's look and see what it looks like. Let's go to the guides over here. Go to map info. Okay, so it's this thing where people jump into the water and they become these stronger fellows here. So we've got Abyssal Blight, who has Blister Burst. Upon its demise, the Abyssal Blight spawns 5 Blister Slimes and 3 tiles behind, and 1 on each side. This malevolent slime, known as Abyssal Blight, is a formidable nightmare for adventurers, nearly impossible to vanquish. Now, as I recall, the last time I tried this, the problem was over in this upper right-hand corner. They were very quickly able to get past whatever defense I had. Yeah, I don't remember the details. I feel like I don't know. We're gonna look and see in a second. But things went poorly for me last time I attempted it, which was some time ago. So we'll see how it goes. We also have a Devourer here. Devourer, its face is covered with octopus-like tentacles, complete with a ravenous, all-consuming mouth. With tremendous strength, it easily pulls any nearby prey into its clutches. Then we have Egan's Fanatic. That's the one who jumps into the water. and he becomes Abyss Diver after he does that. It once resided in Aeroport, but after being completely contaminated by Egon's mental corruption, it lost its humanity and original form. Then we have the Blister Slime. Those, I believe, are the ones that become the Abyssal Blights. No, they're the ones that come from the Abyssal Blights. And if only I had read the monster info, it says so right here. Born from the Abyssal Blight, splitting itself apart when faced with fatal damage, it is believed it will ultimately evolve into a new Abyssal Blight. Nice. And then the Abyss Diver, that is what the Egon's fanatic turns into after it jumps into the water. A former Aeroport resident who chose to answer the call of Egon, the ancient god, and enter the Abyss to undergo the advanced ascension ritual. And then we have Egon's dependent. Their origins predate the founding of Aeroport. Forever bathed in Egon's whispers, they had become immortal, rotten monsters. Okay, back out of there. Let's go to fight, and we'll give it a shot. It may not go particularly well. Huh, my people don't even have any gear on right now. Let's see what it's suggested BP for the stage. It's 583,680. We currently have 357,019 at the moment. That doesn't sound particularly phenomenal. I do have Thunkles now. That looks to be my big addition to the team since the last time I tried this. Now, who's this guy over here? He's a sparrow-looking fella. Osiren. See, I don't even remember getting him. I have no idea when I got Osiren, and I don't know anything about him. That's interesting. He's level 1, so I don't think he's going to do too much for me at the moment. OJ, you making coffee? I've got my coffee right here. All right, let's see. I think I'm not going to bother with this right now. I do have Rosalia. That would make a difference. But yeah, and I see that I have Cerberus. I didn't know that he was a cultist. I just pulled him the other day. So I have a few new people that I might be able to do something with here. I just, they're all level 1. Other than Thunkles. Thunkles I could do. Oh, I'm sorry. There's also whoever this guy is. Is it Lassier? It is Lassier. I do have Lassier up to level 4. But yeah, I think I won't do that right now. We'll just do an auto fight on stage 9. Actually, what I'll do is a quick clear on it, make it go a little bit faster. Alright, so for that, we get 8 Spirit Insignia 3s and 156 Hero XP potions. And then I'm going to come out of here, because I think I might have some guys to awaken. First, I'm going to go to the summoning window, and do our summon for the day. We have 31 rare summoning crystals at the moment, and 13,153 diamonds. So, we pulled Arlo, the 2-star fighter. Masked man of the people, Arlo is a dexterous fighter who can reduce hero summoning costs. Very nice. And so, then we can claim this perform one summon. We get 2 4-star psychic power shards for that. Now, let's go to level up hero 3 times. Who do we want to level up today? That's the question. We need 3 levels. You know what? I think Akira is a good choice. I would like to see what she can end up doing. Okay, I have 392,598 XP potions at the moment. And I think I will go ahead and do max level on her. Yeah, doing it. Alright, and then, let's see. Star up. We have 5 of these, so sure, why not? Let's go. And then, let's see if we can upgrade her a little more. Can't get her all the way up to 60, but we got her up to 54, and that's not too shabby. Call it a good enough situation. And then, she has on her at this time the mythic artifact Metaphor, which is the one that's exclusive to her. Now, for whatever reason, the forge light is lit up and it has a little red dot on it, so let's click on that. What's going on here? I see that it has a couple little arrows pointing up. I think that means we get to pick a special thing, right? Yes, it does. So, we have a little plus sign over here. Let's have a look at this. Okay, it says select this event's exclusive artifact. We could get Met Core. We already have 2 of those. We could get Scarlet Dagger, which is for someone. Is that Nyx? I don't know. I don't have Nyx, but that looks like it might be Nyx. I've seen her in Arena a number of times. Then we've got Talon here. We do have Talon. Wonder what the artifact does. Can't really tell. Oh, if I left click and I hold it down, then I get to see what it is. So this is Blackbark Cauldrons. It says increases attack by 10% and reduces the number of attacks required to trigger Nature's Fury enhanced attack by 2. When in Berserker stance, basic attack restores 2% max health. That's cool. And triggering Ground Stomp restores 10% max health. That's actually really cool. We've got Eternal Winter. That's for Boreas. I don't have Boreas, I don't think. But I've seen him in Arena a number of times. I don't know if he's all that great for Arena, but I have seen him. Then we have Yuri here. Let's see what Yuri's does. Increases single target damage by 15%. Needle of Torment prioritizes attacking the enemy with the lowest HP. I don't think I love that as much as I like the Talon artifact. And then we have Song of the Butterfly. Who is it for? I don't know. Hey, you know what? If we click on this like that, we can also see what it's for, because it'll tell us who the exclusive is. So that's for Tallulah. I feel fairly certain that I don't have Tallulah. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that I don't. So let's see who this is. Is it Nyx? It is Nyx. All right, cool. I don't know really anything about Nyx. I can't even weigh in on how she performs in Arena. All I can say is that I've seen her sometimes, but I can't actually remember anything about her. So I really lean toward either the Met Core or the Blackbark Cauldrons. I already have 2 of the Met Cores, as previously mentioned, so it might make sense to go for the Blackbark Cauldrons, because I am using Talon, and I haven't gotten her any kind of a good piece. OJ says that's what I want for Talon's artifact. I'm kind of leaning toward it, honestly. Because I don't really have a good piece for her or anything, and I'm using her more than I'm using Yuri at the moment. And again, I already have the Met Core, so it seems like it would probably make the most sense. Not that I'm likely to get the artifact anyway, but you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go with Talon's artifact here. As you can see, I don't have any forgeable pieces anyway, so I doubt it matters. While I'm on the screen, though, I may as well get this Mythic Forge, since I have the ability to make 4 of them. So let's make 4 of them and see what we get. Alright, so we got Tumultuous Horn, Consuming Rage, North's Judgment, and Keen Wisdom. None of these things are mythics. We got a couple of legendaries and a couple of epics. None of them are something that I necessarily want to write home about. So, okay. Now, back over here, let's go to promote, because we can promote this artifact. And what will it do? I don't know. Level 2 increases AoE damage by 22%. After the hero deals damage to the target inflicted with Winter's Bite or Freeze, increases attack by 8% for 10 seconds. So the only difference that it makes between level 1 and level 2 that I can see right now is a 2% difference in AoE damage. It's interesting. I think I may do it anyway. Oh, OJ says you can also put Talon in an Ichor Chalice from the guild shop to give her a self-heal if you don't have her exclusive. Interesting. An Ichor Chalice. Okay, let's go ahead and promote. I think we may as well promote this, right? I think that this is what we have to do. I don't know if I've done... I may have done a promotion before. I don't really remember. Oh, that's cool. There's a little hide enhanced button so that you don't accidentally get rid of your stuff that you have. Fancy. As soon as you click it, it unequips. How cool. Alright, neat. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Promote. So that raised the VP a little bit of that as well. Have to continue. Now we can enhance it with some of the mithril that we have. So let's go ahead and do that. Make her a little bit better. Got her up to max level. And if we could get her to level 3, it would raise that AoE damage another 2%, it looks like. Interesting. It not only, it raises it a little bit, but it also unlocks the ability to enhance the artifacts more. That's what I'm getting from this. Alright, back out of there. Now she's in much better shape than she was previously. And we got our levels certainly for the day that we needed for these quests. Level up here 3 times, and we get 1 stamina potion sample, which that amounts to like 10 stamina or something like that, I think. Okay, now let's head over to the arena. I was a little bit off on my time. We still got another 15 seconds or so. Yeah, I don't see me being able to stand toe-to-toe with any of these guys on the front board, so definitely want to refresh this. Okay, the only one that would be possible here is Hornet 5, but I'm not going to try it. I don't think that it would go particularly well. It might be okay. Like, looking at what they have here, we might have a chance. Thing is, I don't know. I've seen the dude on the left there, the little spider dude, but I don't remember who it is. And then there's somebody on the far right of this group that I also don't quite know who is. So those could be game changers. I'm not sure. We shall not try it, I think, though. Let's just go on out of here. And look at look at Beirut's Dwarven Association over here. Again, if you're not using the smart purchase button yet, I do recommend it. You can choose what you want from the purchase list on the left over here. You can choose what you want to get with diamonds and what you want to get with gold. And if something that's on this list that you have checked off shows up in this window and you click smart purchase, it'll pop up with that thing and tell you what its price is and what its discount is and all of that. And you can very quickly get the things that you want off of the screen. Alright, now back in here, let's go to events. And it looks like Portal of Glory. That's for leveling up, starring up, promoting heroes, or upgrading hero skills to win trophies and redeem rewards. So, for that, we've got 50 auto fight attempts. We are at 6,807 points on this. We got 5 days and 3 hours from 4 hours really remaining on that. And we're close to the bottom, but even though it appears to be close to the bottom, the numbers are not showing that same thing. We have about a third of the total points that would be needed for this. To be able to get to the very end, that is, and that's a couple of legendary skill crystals later. Alright, so what do we have going on right now? We're going to go to the event calendar. We're going to look and see what's ending today. We got Brave Conquest ending today. That's earning points by looting gear pieces and meteorites from gear raid and artifact material raids. Anything else? No, nothing else ending today. Starting today, we have the Mystery of Artifacts, which is about going and doing artifact material raids and getting rewards for that. And then Omen Queller. So there was an Omen Queller that ended yesterday. This is a new Omen Queller that started today. I don't know if it's the same, if it has the same mechanics or not. I'm assuming that it does, but I'm going to find out here in just a little bit. And then we have the Choice Wisdom Forge, which is what we just did whenever I chose that artifact for tailing. Okay, so, cool. Again, not necessarily something that I'm going to be able to get or anything like that, but it's neat to know that it's available. We're going to have some events coming up tomorrow. Looks like Duel of Champions is opening up. That's about fighting in the arena and getting rewards on the progress meter there. and treasure hunt celebration. Finish the daily quests and get lucky knocks for the rewards. Yeah, so all right, those will be starting tomorrow. For now, let's click on the Duel of Champions just to get rid of that little red dot. It's telling us that that's coming tomorrow in case we missed it. Oh, Immortal Codex too. Oh man, yeah, right. Okay. So the Immortal Codex is still going on. I haven't dealt with the last two of them. I've only done the Conqueror one and didn't do especially well. I don't know that I would do any better now than I did then, but it's not beautiful. We've got the Lord of the Sticks and the Curious Torrent. Now, I remember the Curious Torrent, and that's the one that has, I think, that's the one that has the flying fish. I believe that he's got the tridents and the flying fish, and they all go in a circle, and then you've got to kill them. And if there's 10 tridents up at the same time, everybody dies. It's like a party wipe, I think that's the one. Lord of Sticks, I don't remember him. He might be the one. No, I'm not sure. Can't recall for certain which one it is. But I would definitely want to try those out before they're gone. But I want to do Omen Quelling first and see if it's the same kind of thing. Looks like we've got 6 days and 4 hours remaining approximately on that. And let's see what it looks like in here this time. Is it the same? That'd be interesting. It says Stage 2, Omen Quelling 2, implying that it's not the same. OJ says Lord of Sticks is the shield one. Not sure. I'm not sure which one the shield one is. Are you saying it's the one that you have to break the shield? And then, and so like he does massive damage, and then you have to break the shield quickly by doing hits? Like quick, like everything does 1 damage, but it takes a certain number of hits to break it? Maybe? Okay, so we have Encore perk and Vigil of Growth. Encore perk says each time an ultimate is cast, grants one of the following: 200 XP, 1 skill pick, 30 attack, or 100 gold. That sounds pretty good. The other thing says Vigil of Growth. All XP gains plus 50%. Each upgrade grants 10 extra attack. Well, both of those are very good. I kind of like all of that. I think though that I might like the Vigil of Growth better because this is our very first Fortune Blessing pick, so that's kind of cool. Buggajoa says gotta pop the bubble with lots of attacks. So yeah, I think that's what I was talking about there. All right, let's go with Vigil of Growth here. And turn on ultimates. And OJ let me know that you can do a buy 2 on this thing, make things go a little bit faster. Now, we don't know what we're doing, and already I've forgotten what I chose. I think I chose for XP to go up by 50%. So, and then every choice we make gives us 10 attack, something like that. Brother Joy says you can even do by 3. That's really interesting. Okay, so I'll have to look at that in a minute. I had no idea you could do that. Okay, let's see. What do we want to get right now? I assume we're going to have the fusing like we did on the last one. I like to go light and dark, but maybe we mix things up today. Let's start with, okay, let's start with Fireball. And then, all right, so we've got Fire. Let's go with Ice to go with Fire. Okay, now let's go with the other Fire. And then let's see. Let's go with Sharpness 2. Oh, 3.5. My goodness, that's crazy. Who knew? All right, let's go with Overdrive 2 here. That is super fast. Okay. I like all of these things. They're all phenomenal. I think I'm going to do Overdrive 2 for this. And then we're going to double the burning damage. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, sharpness 3. Seemed like a no-brainer there, I think. Let's refresh this and see what we've got. Okay, this will be a good time to get Reaper 3, because that's something that stacks over time up to a possible 600%, which we should probably be able to reach starting at when we did. So here's Overdrive 2, because this is only wave 3 that we're on at this time. Okay, looks like, okay, I really like Overdrive 2, but I also like Shock Burst 3. Shock Burst 3 will theoretically come around less often, so let's grab that while we have the chance to. Okay, let's do, interesting choices. I think that, okay, I'm going to go with the quantity 1 on the Ice Bomb. Hidden Favored One. Refreshes plus 6, luck plus 66, crit rate plus 6%, crit damage plus 66%, and attack plus 66. Well, that's cool. It says choose a fortune blessing as if we have a choice. Okay, I'm going to refresh this. And then we're going to get the Chainblade 3 on this. Kind of, hold on, maybe. Let's make sure we don't already have it. I also like Scattershot too. I like all of these things. They're awesome. We got something to do with burning. Yeah, with double burning damage here. And so actually Singe 3 is really nice as well. We have Singe 1 Awaken skill. Let's get Singe 3. Okay. This has a chance to inflict dark burn and dealing damage. And I'm going to do this a little differently than normal. I'm actually going to write down that I'm getting the dark burn potion this time. That way, next time, whenever I see the option to get dark burn or regular burn, I won't say, do I have that? That's what I always end up doing. So let's grab it. Okay, so let's get that. And we don't have any physical damage going on at the moment. Let's get the single target damage plus 10%. And the refreshes plus 3. And then let's refresh this. Crit damage plus 30%. Attack plus 40. And then we skip. Okay. I would rather get a higher Ember than that, because I don't think I have Ember yet. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. Did I end up getting the Shock Burst? I did get the Shock Burst, so now it would be a repeat if I were to get it. We do have Rebirth 3 on the Blazing Plume. Let's refresh again. Okay, Sharpness 3, sure. Now, Ice Bomb quantity 2. And then Giant Burst 2. I think, let me see here. Did I end up getting Chainblade? Didn't. So then, in that case, do I want Chainblade instead? I think I like the Expands thing pretty well. Let's go with that, because those are both stacked. Okay. Inverse. We can increase the burning a good bit here. And that seems like a good idea. Let's go with Inverse. We got Meteor Ring. Deals 150% AoE fire damage across the entire battlefield. Cooldown of 20 seconds. Confirm that. Now we've got Ember 3. That's more like it. I like that. Let's do it. And then Chainblade 3, I think. Yes, Chainblade 3. Alright, let's get quantity 2. We're really increasing those ice bombs over there. Hope we're gonna do something good with them eventually. Let's see here. Let's go with doubling the number of ice bomb targets. Okay. Chainblade 2. And let's look and see how things are going. Fireball is topping the damage with Blazing Plume second. Let's expand the ice bomb range and increase the damage by 40. Man, too bad I can't get that fireball potion. That would be nice. But since I can't, let's get the fire potion for sure. And then, yeah, then we'll go ahead and skip and just save that 490 for next time. Let's get Scattershot 2. Do I have Detonate 3? I don't think that I do. I don't. So let's get that. Maybe. Hold on. Yeah, we get it. All good options on that page. Okay. Could get Assassin. Detonates trigger chance plus 20%. Well, okay. That could be kind of cool because we have it currently being able to deal 120% AoE damage. That could be cool. I also like the Assassin, so you know what? Let's get Assassin. I'm assuming that this is going to end in the same way that the other one did, in essentially a DPS check. Let's do Detonate Split 2. I think. Yes, let's. Okay, so damage increase 3 is cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm not big on increasing just one thing like that, like just Fireball, but felt like a good idea there. Let's go with Crit Hit 2 on this. Now we've got Last Stand or Festive exclusives here. So Last Stand says reduces defense's HP by 50% and increases crit damage by 300%. That's kind of cool. Festive exclusive says skills are always of the highest rarity. Each upgrade has a 70% chance to consume 200 gold. That's kind of crazy. Not sure how I feel about it. I think I'm gonna reduce the fence's HP and increase the crit damage by 300. And we'll see how that goes. We're on wave 11 at the moment. Now, we've got Overdrive 3. We've got some good options here just across the board. Do I have any regeneration yet? In kind? I don't. So let's get regeneration 3. That works with the burning. Okay, let's do Ember 2 on this, I think. Now we have the Fireball Potion, which is very nice, and I'm going to grab it. Then we can get a couple more, so let's do single target damage and AoE damage plus 10%. OJ says they made those blessings stronger than they were last time. It's looking a little crazy, yeah. Okay, let's get expands detonate range and detonate damage plus 60%. That's giant detonate 3. Seems like it's gonna be pretty good. And we seem to be going heavy on the detonate. So, detonate's trigger chance plus 10% seems like a good plan. Phoenix Plume says, after hitting the target, Fire Plume will additionally split 2 Fire Plumes. Alright, cool. And we've combined our fires into one lovely fused thing here. Now we can pick up another thing. And what do I want? What I would really like is probably more ice. So, with that in mind, I wonder if I want to, you know what, let's just do damage increase 3, increase Fire Plume's damage 2. Fireball and Blazing Plume are top, as predicted. Let's go with the Blizzard, because again, that's ice. Now, what do we want to do here? We can pick up another new skill, or we can increase Blizzard damage by 80. It feels like I don't care about the Blizzard damage by 80 so much. I think we go with Lightning Chain. Basic attack has a chance to trigger Lightning Chain. Seems like that might work out okay. Not really sure. Okay, Giant Burst 2. Seems like easily the best choice there. Okay, this increases initial number and guarantees to inflict burning on the Blazing Plume potion. Yeah, we seem to be heading in a Blazing Plume direction, so let's skip that. And then, what else do I want? I don't know if I want anything else actually right now. Let's go ahead and skip this, and we'll save our coins for later. Ice Bomb reduces enemies' attack speed by 15. I am going to just hope they don't get to the fence. That's the goal of the unit. But Ice Spike Blizzard has a chance to pursue Ice Beam Pursuit, trigger Ice Beam Pursuit rather, or Expansion 1, which expands Blizzard's range. I think instead I'm going to just refresh and see what we can get. During the ultimate Fire Plume quantity plus 1 is cool. We've got AoE damage increases AoE damage by 40. Let's go with that. Okay. Now, we can increase our burst quantity by 4. I think I would rather have Ice Bomb explode 2 times consecutively, I believe. Yeah, let's do that. Awaken that. Frozen Judgment deals 150% ice damage to enemies across the battlefield and it puts freeze for 1 second. Hold on, 20 seconds. Alright, Chainblade 3. I think I'll go with Overdrive 2 on this. Let's look at what we're at here with this. Let's look at one Blizzard ball. I suppose I can try this Ice Bone Pursuit. I'm not really sure what that means exactly. I haven't done enough of it. Let's try it and see how it goes. We've got a Frostbolt potion that greatly increases ice damage. Now, the only real ice damage that we're doing currently is the Frostbolt. It's not doing a lot. So if there's something else to do instead, I would rather get the XP, for instance, plus 6,000. Let's go ahead. We'll just get everything. Let's get the refreshers plus 3, crit damage plus 10, and the crossbow potion. And then, hey, why not the crit damage plus 10 again? Right now, we're at a 5. We're a pretty good crit damage. What we need is some crit rate at this point. Unfortunately. All right, let's do Chainblade 3 here. Damage plus 40% should help. We've got... Okay, what do we have happening with this? Really nothing. It's just a level 1. We're at wave 20 at the moment. So it's not phenomenal. We could get Blizzard Chainblade 2. That seems reasonable. Because it's very listed with this damage plus 20%. AoE damage is at 50% right now. Yeah, you know what? Let's get the Blizzard Chainblade 2. Whether that's a good idea or not remains to be seen. Okay, we can get ourselves some attack speed plus 200 or Divine Elixir. Potions are always of the highest rarity, but opening the shop, there's a 70% chance to consume 500 gold. That's insane. Going with the quick snatch to get that attack speed plus 200, which I was leaning forward a little bit in. Do already have Shock Burst 3, so I don't need that. Could get Overdrive 2. Yeah, let's go ahead, I guess, this time, maybe, possibly. I don't know, it's really not very good. Actually, I'm going to refresh. Leave it up to fate here. Final Life Overdrive Blowout. I don't know what I have, but unfortunately, once they get in here, we really can't see what we do and don't have. That's the only gripe that I have about this. And there might be a way to see it, but I don't know how. These are just the other things. And in fact, I had forgotten entirely that you could do that and see what you have chosen, which is pretty cool. All XP gains was 50%. Each upgrade gets 10 extra attack. Okay, you definitely have a lot of things going in the realm of attack. Crit damage is good. Okay. So, let's do Overdrive Blowout 2, I believe. Yes, that seems like a good idea. Okay, let's get Overdrive 3. We're on wave 24 at the moment. Okay. With 4,780 gold. Definitely need to get our crit rate up. It's at 11%, and that's too bad because that crit damage is nice. So let's get the crit rate. And I think we're going to get that, and then it refreshes, and then we're going to refresh. So it would be very good to get more of that configured. Not interested in the twin nature this time around, but I will get the XP potion. Let's get ice damage plus 30. And then refresh. We don't need dark damage. Go ahead and get the XP potion. And I'll get the refresh potion and then we will use it. Get the XP and the fire. Fire and XP. Attack speed plus 10. That seems good. Let's grab that. Refresh. Could get the ice mastery and it will bring us up to another awakening thing. Could get the crit damage up a little more if I wanted to. I would rather, I think, get the crit rate. Really. Let's get the Ice Mastery. And then refresh. There's another Ice Mastery there. We've got an XP potion. Those are always good. Let's get an XP potion. Don't think I'm going to get another mastery potion right now of the ice variety anyway. We're down to 1,050 gold at the moment. I will get the refreshes and I'll use one. But then what? Do I want to get anything else? Could get the luck potion. Could get the refreshes. Could get the attack. The attack speed is up. What is our attack at right now? 846, pretty good. I think I will just get the attack and the refreshes here. And then skip. Okay. Not really interested in any of those things. Let's refresh. Let's do let's do Overdrive Blowout 3. Then Blizzard Extension 3. And then pretty sure we have the circuit forbid. No, we don't. Okay. So let's get that. Let's get circuit forbid 3. Okay, let's get Blizzard quantity plus 1. So I actually don't have any of these things yet. Let's get split 3. Run wave 25 out of 30 at the moment. Hmm. 26 now. Let's refresh these. And try again. Let's get Blizzard Chain Blade 3. Looking at this, Blazing Plume is at the top of the damage, followed by Frostbolt, Fireball. Those two are very close. Then Blizzard and Lightning Chain. Okay. 2,950 coins at the moment. Let's get the XP potion. Could do the Ice Mastery plus 1. We have 17 right now. I think I won't though. I think I will get the refreshes plus 3 and then use 1. I did get the Dark Burn potion already, so I don't need that again. But I will get the attack speed potion plus 30 is nice. And then refresh. Only thing here that we might like, I mean, the refresh is plus 1, we can do, I mean, the first 3 are pretty good. XP and fire damage plus 10. Pretty low on coins at the moment. So So we're wave 28 right now. Let's go ahead and get all three of these and then refresh. I've decided. There it is. Okay, this is a regular burning potion, so not the dark burn. This is the regular one here. Do I want it? Ooh, this is tricky because crit rate can go up 10%. Current crit rate is 14%. Feel like I don't really have an option. I would like the burn because it goes with our other things. But you really rarely see this crit potion here that high. So I'm going to grab it. And we'll get the refreshes +1 as well. Okay. Could expand shot burst range. But I think I'm just going to refresh. Not great. These things. I can do ice damage plus 50%, I suppose. Sure. AoE damage plus 40%. And then we'll go with expansion 3 here. So Chill's pretty cool. Frost Shield were way too late. And Blitz would be neat if you had a lot in the Blizzard, but I really kind of don't. It's pretty low. So, Winter Spite and Freeze stuff. It's extra damage dealt to it. Sure. Ice Dominion deals 100% ice damage to enemies across the battlefield and inflicts freeze for 2 seconds. Cooldown of 20 seconds. And our Blizzard and our Ice, something. Whatever it's called, Ice Burst, Ice Bomb. Each time Blizzard deals damage, it launches 3 ice bombs. Well, that's cool. Don't know what an ice bomb does, but by gosh, it's gonna get launched. We have the burning potion on the board again. We also have blizzard potion, so you can increase the slot and converts 100% to AoE damage increase. Cool though that is, I think I'm gonna go with the burning potion of the options if we have to choose, but not really. I'm gonna get the burning potion for sure. Let me write that down. And then, let's see. I could also get, let's see, I could get the attack plus 60. And I could get the XP. We're level 49 right now. We're on wave 30, so maybe I don't mess with that right now. Attack plus 60. I would really rather get some crit rate if I can. And although the attack plus 60 is pretty cool, I think I'm going to refresh and see if we can get something better. Take some gambles here. Crit damage plus 10%. Well, that's the damage. What I need is the rate. I suppose. Man, what a mess, huh? Let's get the refreshes +1. Use it. It's no good. Not gonna work out, I'm afraid, because yeah, just not getting that. I guess we'll get the fire damage +10. And then go ahead and refresh. Well, We can continue to up the crit damage, but that doesn't do us a lot of good. Enemy damage plus 30%. Not enticing. Let's go ahead and refresh again. Attack speed plus 10 could help. Let's grab that. Gonna refresh again. We've got to try to get this crit rate, but I don't think we're gonna end up doing it. Alright, so we don't need really any of those things. So we'll use another refresh. We have 4 left, including that one. Still not great. Try it again. Could get a fire mastery, but we're already at 26, so we're not anywhere near an awakening on that. No good. Let's refresh again. Should have done differently. That's alright. We end up getting stuff we did not want to get. What a shame. Alright, well, okay then. In that case, let's go ahead and get the fire mastery I didn't want. And some luck while we're at it. Oh, that'll help at this point, but there we go. Nonetheless. Too bad. I would have taken even 3% crit rate, but ah well. Could have been worse, you know? Ended up getting how much? 8,773 points. 2 of the large lucky bags, 4 mediums, and 17 smalls. Yeah. Unfortunate. Alright. So Blazing Plume did 61% of the damage, Frostbolt did 20%, Fireball did 13%, Blizzard did 3%, and Lightning Chain was infinitesimally small. Keep that. OJ says those things look like Chinese reindeer. You know, yeah, I see it. I mean, they definitely are very similar to the reindeer that they had at the Christmas stuff, right? I think so. Okay, quests. Challenge one-time daily during the event gets us 5 of the quick clear tickets. Score over 3,000 points in a single challenge during the event gets us 50 diamonds, and score over 6,000 points in a single challenge during the event gets us 10 ancient summoning crystal shards. Alright, cool. It's almost midnight. Okay, let's check in the arena over here. We now have 2 arena permits. Let's go ahead and refresh this, and don't have any chance against those folks. Okay, let's see that. We've got either Treasure Island we could try, or the only thing I need there is the nightmare. What's the flying guinea pig have to say? Nothing. Nothing at all. I don't really understand why he has a red dot. Because, there's nothing for me. Maybe it's because the Tower of Deception is here, but unavailable. What if I leave that Tower of Deception? Okay, let's uncheck that. Let's see. Well, that was weird. It just seems to have rechecked to go to Immortal Codex. It's interesting. I wonder why it did that. but I will go to immortal for that. Immortal, not immortal. Totally different thing. Okay, so here we have Immortal Codex. Let's go to Lord of Styx and look at him. The Lord of Styx periodically releases Soulkeeper Shield, which requires a certain number of hits to shatter. The higher the required number of hits, the greater the damage dealt by heroes after a shield is shattered. The Lord of Styx periodically deals damage to all enemies. Boss Rush Enhancement. Allied heroes recover 2% of their max HP each time they deal damage. Okay. So, let's go to challenge. And I suppose this must have been what we used last time for this fight. Don't really know what I was going for here. Or would I want to go for? Cetrum, yes, definitely need him. Who else do we need? We need a shield breaker. Who's this? This is Sargak. What do we know about him? I think, yeah, okay, he has multi-strike attack. Yeah, that seems promising. Defense penetration. I like defense penetration. He is a marksman guy. I've never used him. Is he amazing? Who knows? There's some things on him. I have some kind of a mythic artifact on it. Increases damage dealt to the same target by 5% with each consecutive hit up to 3 times. However, the effect will disappear if the hero switches to a different target. Well, that's not a fear at all in this particular fight. I mean, I seem to have gotten him up to snuff in many ways. Sure. What's cool about him? Bloodshed Fury, when triggered, dispels debuffs on self and gains debuff immunity during the ultimate. When HP is above 25%, causes an HP drain equal to 10% of current HP to the hero per second, increases attack by 40%, and each basic attack lands 2 consecutive strikes. When activated, HP drain ignores any shield carried by the target and directly reduces HP. I wonder if that then would count or if it would not count as hits to the shield, if it's ignoring and bypassing the shield. I don't know. At the very least, he'll be doing damage even when the shield is up. Is that a good trade? I don't know. What else we have here? Bellicosity. Increases attack speed by 11 for every 1% HP loss. That seems good. The effect of specialized attack speed is stronger when HP is lower. Provides a greater reduction in attack roll based on the attack speed attribute. Then we have Feral Force. When the target's HP is below 45%, increases the hero's damage by 15%. If the target is already inflicted with bleed, Blood Spear will inflict immobilized state upon them for 2 seconds. Immobilized state can be inflicted on or up to 1 time every 5 seconds. Then we have his physical attack. It deals 110 damage to 1% damage to one enemy, prioritizing airborne units. Interesting. Alright. He seems promising in some ways. Who shall I replace him? Who shall I replace with him? Okay. I think I had 2 healers because they have to be split up in such a way as to need that, or they did at least. I don't know. Let's give it a try. Let's throw him in. And then what? Do I put in another healer? If so. Wow. Don't know. Let's try it like this and see how poorly it goes. Probably pretty poorly. Okay, how many platform guys we have? We have 4 platform guys. That is too many platform guys. Unfortunate. We can cover 3 with her if we put her here or on the other side. And the rest are going to be near the units. So somebody's going to die, and that somebody's going to be soldiers. All right. So, in that case, let's put her here. We would set him out. And we need to definitely need to protect Cetrum and probably him. Sultans and Neutral will be sacrificial units out here. We can put Arrogance out here. Could have put her out sooner. That's okay. Okay, he's got that Soulkeeper shield thing going. And so we're able to beat down these shields in short order. I don't think that it's going very well. Having to use the ultimates already is probably not great. So it does again dispels, debuffs himself, debuff immunity, HP drain. Okay, that should be fine. Barely even made it past that first one. Doesn't bode well. Yeah, it's gonna be the end of that. Wiped out. Not sure how I feel about that. Pretty rough. Alright, so let's see here. How did it go on the stats? As far as damage dealt, Cetrum did almost 14 million. He was by far the highest. After him, we had the new guy, Sargat, I think, at 3,675,000, which is actually just above Sultan's, crazily enough. Very, very slightly above Sultan's. And Arrogance right on his heels. Idril was not useful in that regard. The reason that I had put Idril in there is because she fits pretty quickly there. So, we got 1,200 Immortal Sovereigns from that. Okay, interesting. And an E rating. Let's go to challenge just so that I can look and see what, I don't think there's actually anything I can do about her. She was just, as good as she can get as far as think really everything. Yeah, she's just totally maxed out. Um, her purpose here is to break the shield, which, she did. I think she did her part on that. Um, let's see. Do I have anybody else I would rather attempt in here? Than her. Don't really know that I do, honestly. Maybe. I do have Yuri. Haven't tried her out. Maybe she would be good for this. We could try Yuri instead. Neutral. Could do. Let me have another look at this guy. Look at his skills again. Each attack launched has a 25% chance to inflict speed, inflicting bleed on the target. If the target is already inflicted with bleed, Blood Spirit ignores 50% of their defense and inflicts defense reduction, which decreases their defense by 10%, which is pretty cool. I think I like it. Maybe. So we could perhaps put them outside of the healing range. We have to put somebody out there. And maybe it would be a good idea. Okay, let's give it a go here. I don't know if this will be better or worse. Doesn't really matter too much for a right? There's some kind of a heal over time thing going on too, so I think I shouldn't need to use all of the things right. So maybe I hold off on those. But I can use his. I should have saved his for the next iteration of this guy. I can let this refresh my guys. I think a little longer by holding off on doing the damage to him than necessary. I should have taken her uh, out of her healing stance for that one. Or out into her healing stance, I should say. Switching back to the DPS mode with Chan. I think I went a little too fast on Yuri's thing there. That was a close one. Definitely went quickly on Cetrums, but not too bad. Don't think we're going to make it. Maybe we did make it. That's great. Definitely not going to make this time. Dead. But we made it to D rating, so that's significantly better than last time. I'll take it. Okay, excellent. Next, let's see how the stats look on that. So, Cetrum's still top the DPS or the damage at the least at 15,354,200, followed by Solpadens at 10,022,100. Then Arrogance, 6,711,090. And then Sargat at 5,974,220. And then Yuri wasn't too far behind him. I feel like Yuri was definitely a good replacement for Ichiro here. Because I think she broke the shield just as quickly, I think, as Ichiro. I'm not gonna say for sure, but it's hard to tell. But I don't think she was any slower. And she definitely did a lot more damage. So, of course, having Sargak in the mix is good because he lowers the defense of the guy. So yeah, I mean, pretty decent showing, I would say, in spite of being derating, which isn't great. I think I'm fairly pleased with the outcome there for the moment. All right, let's complete that. OJ says, yeah, Yuri's ultimate comes back really fast too. Pretty quickly, yeah. She was back up in time. I really think it was beneficial to switch her out with Angel. For that. Alright, cool. Now it is 12:06. Let's hop out of here and come over to the Roots Dwarven Association. See if we have any smart purchase things we don't. Okay, let's do some refreshes though. With 3 refreshes for free every day, so here's one of them. I'm going to do the smart purchase. There's the second one. No, nothing there. And here's the third one. And nothing there. Okay, cool. Well, that makes it so much faster and easier than me having to go through and, visually notice things. Awesome. Let's get out of here. And let's check out the arena. I can refresh my opponents, so let's do refresh the opponents. And here we have somebody throwing the game. It's player 132840117 with 20,883 BP. So I would say they're probably just trying to get knocked down a bit. Now we can help them out with that endeavor. So, yep, it is as it appears. Let's autoplay. They have the base team here for the most part. They've got the old standby Rex and Big Boots. I didn't see Voltus, but he might have been there. Let's see what they put out, if they put out anything. It looks as if they're not going to put out anything. No, we did. They've got... Couldn't even see who it was. That's how quickly it went. I was trying to pick, no, but... So that was player 1328417 or something like that. Ah, I missed a 0. 1328417 from Bulgaria with 20,883 EP. Arrogance topped the damage on that with 239,484. So they had put out Nero. Yes, believe it or not, I told him so many times. So Nero with 3,888 damage. So we got 3 arena coins and 10 diamonds for that. We do have one more arena permit that I could use. I won't yet. I might before I get off, I'm not sure. Let's see. We have what else? I had a thought. Thought is gone. Maybe I was coming over to events. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember now. I'm gonna go to check the Oracle's trial over there for the mystery of artifacts because we still need quite a few things on this progress meter here. We are at 1,104 points. We need to get up to 5,200 points in order to get this pure recasting hammer shard. That would be 8 of those. I haven't used any of those yet. Someday I do intend to try them out, but haven't gotten around to it yet. Let's go ahead and do some of these. I wonder too, I don't really know when the last time I tried this was. Let's go ahead and look at it. What's going on? Got the map info. Don't remember what the little red hazy things here on the map are. There's a portal over there. What are these guys? No idea. The Lord of the Grand Necropolis. A devastating strike unleashes multiple strikes frantically toward the target, dealing damage. Dealing damage to all units within 2 tiles. Control immunity, immune to all crowd control effects except slow. Furious Pound, furiously pounds the ground, dealing massive damage to all units on the battlefield. Flesh Offering sacrifices own flesh to summon 10 cursed lapis to join the battle, and Bloodstorm Resurgence summons the Crimson Lightning to shatter the tombstone and awaken the buried unit within. Are those tombstones? Don't know. His name has long been forgotten, yet his legend persists this day. The Lord of the Grand Necropolis was once an alchemist obsessed with attaining immortality. In his pursuit, he stumbled upon a mysterious substance known as the meteorite, and conducted wicked experiments on immortality, combining it with mythology. Final outcome, as one would expect, was nothing short of ominous. Then we have the cursed lackey. Controlled by the Lord of the Grand Necropolis, it obeys the command to self-destruct for a devastating explosion, doing massive damage to all adjacent units. Veiled product of dark and vicious magic resurrection, parasitized by explosive parasites, they are ready to self-destruct at the command of the Lord of the Grand Necropolis. Then we have Bone Collector, born from a failed resurrection fueled by dark and malevolent magic. They may lack intelligence, but exhibit unwavering fearlessness in executing their creator's epic command. And Spike of Terror. Flesh Merge. Spikes of Terror merge together and morph into Tyrant of Terror. The Tyrant of Terror, we don't know. We don't see him on here. How odd. A creature reborn from nefarious magic, this bioweapon sports massive bone spikes adept at effortlessly piercing flesh. It can morph into a terrifying tyrant of terror through merging. But we don't know what a tyrant of terror is. It sounds bad. Probably worse than these guys. That's my deep thought. Okay, so in that case, we don't have any platforms over here that I could see. So, what do we have in the way of fighters, defenders, and tacticians? That we might want to pull out first. We do have new blue. Now, I wonder, am I wrong about not having the platforms? Because I'm seeing that we have two. We do have one platform. Now, why do you suppose that we have two healers and, okay, in a group that only has, or a map that only has me for one? I could see that perhaps I had put the second healer just for the boost, the faction boost. Increases faction team members' basic attributes by 15%. Periodically increases faction team members' damage and healing bonus by 50% for 20 seconds. The more faction allies there are on the team, the more frequently it takes effect. When any faction team member is healed, their damage will increase by 25% for 10 seconds. And that's probably why. Okay, in that case, let's have a look at what we have here. And whether it would behoove us to put in the skin. For instance, we could, okay, think about this for just a second. We could keep Gluttony in just because of his, increase that he'll give to Wrath and Arrogance in the attack speed. Yeah, maybe. Not sure how this would go. Might be fun. Might not be fun. Let's just stick some gear on Gluttony and see what it ends up looking like. Yeah, this boy up a bit. Let's see about this lunacy Bowser. When deployed, increases block by 1 each time the hero deals damage to one target, restores HP with 0.7% max HP. This effect can only be triggered on up to 3 targets. Sure, why not? We can keep that. Alright, sounds good. Let's throw these guys out there and see what they look like. I do have blue I could throw in too, so it's good to think about. For now, let's just see how it looks out here. I guess there's a tombstones. Not real clear. Okay, I seem to recall them coming from multiple directions. Now that I'm thinking about it, it may not have been terribly long since I tried this. Maybe it has. I'm not really sure. You know what? I think I was putting Adrian up near the top previously. Not sure why exactly. There's probably a reason for it. I wonder. I don't know. That was not the best idea, I can say that much. But that's okay. Okay, now we've got some coming through the top. And so, I don't know which way to pay attention to the right direction they come from. Let's just put her down there. Well, when we get a little closer. I wonder, what if we just put her here? Could we hit it? No, we can't quite hit it from there. I wonder, though, if we could put Rosalia up there and look at, and she can perhaps get through. Who knows? We'll have to find out. Let's put Wrath back behind her. And then throw Dao-Chan out. Well, that was Rosalia, which is fine. So we got to try her at the top. Then we have Taylor. You can come over here. Rosalia did pretty well on the boss, getting his health down. And Wrath could stand that for a whole second. That's the real question. It doesn't look great. It's a real shame over there. Yeah, that's 3. Did not look up. We got 20 out of 31. Now let's try putting Rosalia up there this time. First, let's check the stats in here. So Idrin did the top damage of 22,732,200, which is interesting that Rosalia came next in damage, even though she died first or anyone else. So that's a good sign in that regard. All right, let's try it again. And I'll keep the same heroes for now. We can put Rosalia out a little later, I think. Putting him here was fine. I think that putting Xena there was okay too. So if we do that again, it would be okay to put him back here where he was before. With Regulus in front of Arrogance. That worked out alright. Abomination heals himself, or whatever his name is. This guy here, Gluttony, that's the one. He heals himself pretty decently, so putting him here is okay. Let's try Wrath. What Wrath do? Sure, let's try it. I think I better wait now for Rosalia to be deployable. Then, where do they? Well, it doesn't really matter. We don't have a choice, really. So, we can put it there and have her start charging up. Now, putting her there right now is actually useless. Because she can't hit anyone where she's at. Probably should have put Rosalia down one where she could actually be healed. It might have been a smart use. Let's put her here. Oh, that was fast. I don't really want to put her there. We'll put her here, I think. Let's check. Yeah, she can hit that. Oh, putting her in healing mode would probably help. It's not looking really great over there for old Taylor. No, wait. So that we could definitely set that up better. Let's restart. Try getting people placed a little bit better than previously. Okay. Could have put on back one. You might have made better sense. Is that actually going to work though? I'm not sure exactly where this stands. I'm gonna wait on that, okay. Okay, to go up top. So I do have to put her in a place where she's gonna die very quickly if I want her to be active. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, we have one deployable right now. So who could we pick up or who should we pick up to make this work out? Okay, we could try putting Zoom here. So that's the thing that'll be okay. And then picking up that. And that'd be a good idea. We have that one phone being used right there. Each of them can block more. I don't know. Let's try it. It probably won't work out. Put her there, but she's gonna die either. Doesn't matter too much, I don't think. Either way, they're just gonna go on through, so... No, it doesn't do any good. Alright. Have to have somebody up there would be a lot better. With the regulars. Alright. I don't think that putting Rosalia up there to do any good. Try it again. I think we can safely say that was a failure. The arrogance feeling. Let's try to get this a little bit better arrangement. Somehow. We could put Regulus and Edrin here. Feels like a waste almost. I think about this a second. I don't want to do that right now. Let's do it like this instead. See if this is better or worse. Those two there. And maybe we can put Taylor back here. Don't know if that's going to work at all. But we put Earth here. And then if we can get Rosalia out, not bad. Trouble is, Rosalia has to go front. Or she's not very useful. She will be put there, that's kind of okay. Now we have two deployables for the top. Let's throw Wrap out. Start with the Regulus Renewal. Maybe not. Maybe we start with this in place back here. And then the lab. I don't know, is that useful? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure this is any good. OJ says I would switch down Chandler Hollow or Vortex to get some healing on the bottom, otherwise the boss's AoE will whittle down to D+. Don't know. The biggest issue I'm having currently is at the top. Which is going to be the same situation again. And I could have put those behind Regulus and had Regulus take the hits while he comes from behind. So what's going to happen here is I don't have any DPS top, and they're just going to be all fire for this time. As can be seen right here, it's exactly what's happening. Yeah, I think I could try putting Wrath and Lightning behind Regulus. See if they can hit through. But I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with putting some other healer for sure. Because I'm not really being able to make use of her DPS mode right now, but This is kind of cool because it increases the faction team members' damage as well as in 20 seconds. And when they're healed, their damage increases by 25% for 10 seconds. As long as, well, actually, yes, it just is when any faction team members. For that one, yeah. That's no use on anybody except for Talon and Gregus. Didn't think of that, but it's not helping the others. Okay. I don't think about this. See, I could put Leia there instead, for that matter. It wouldn't even be a good choice. I think Chani's better than Leia for that in some ways. There's Fred's little blueprint. Um, hmm. Try it again like this first. And then we'll try something different perhaps. Let's see. We have first view. Then it goes up to there. So we could put Talon behind Prejudice. I don't know if that would be useful or not. Let me see. Try it. That was Rosalia. That one that slipped right by even there. Regulus is probably going to go down in a moment. Maybe not. That was gluttony down. But we've got Rosalia back out. Maybe. Should we do something about that boss? The other one got by. Ah, that'll be the end of it. It's too bad. She got him down to 35%. Let's see. Well, no. All right. What might I could do? Not sure. Not sure. I know you're recommending doing hollow or a vortex of it for the distance that they can heal. I don't know. I don't know if that'll help a lot. I don't know that it'll hurt a lot. We could do hollow because she gives some boosts as well. And then I'm considering putting Regulus beside Rosalia. Because he has this thing. Let's see if I can find it. He can absorb 40% of damage taken by adjacent allies for 12 seconds. It's part of Soul Fit. And so it could potentially protect Rosalia a little bit longer so that she can get more damage in on the boss. So maybe we do that. Maybe we switch out Gluttony for Baron. So I feel like maybe Baron could last a little bit longer. Not sure that that's true, but perhaps I think it probably is true. And we would still get the boost to the attack speed from having that battle. Alright, so try that. Let's see if that goes any better. How far out does she? Okay, so she can go out to there. On the other side of that. Not quite far enough to where we're going to need her, but put him adjacent to her. And then what if we put Hedron and Arrogance right behind them? Try to keep her alive as long as possible. With 4 more deployables right now. And we'll have to put Baron over at the top over here instead of where we have Regulus. So let's put Hollow out. Can't get down to where Arrogance is at a trace me, so putting one back. We have 3 deployables at the moment, so what if we put Wrath out first over here to get the attack speed boost. That was probably not the best move at the moment, but that's okay. Get Baron back here, I think, but let's go ahead and stick Xena out next. So let's wait. Xena first, and then Baron. That'll increase the attack speed of the nightmare guys across the board, which is just Wrath and Arrogance alone. So that was Wrath down, which is fine. That was Rosaria down. Now I've got to do something. I guess it's going to be tailing for the moment. I would like to move everybody back, but if I do, then Rosalia can't hit there. I don't know that it helped a lot to have Regulus where I had him, so we can move the entire ensemble back one next time, I think. Oh, OJ says Rosalia isn't damaging the us again, just himself spawning mobs. You can't hit him until the end. Oh, we're going to in that case. You can just redo that whole thought process. Interesting. In that case. All right. Let's think this through. That changes the whole game. Okay. In that case, let's see. How do we do this? We can put arrogance back here. Well, hold on. Let's see. How far out does follow? Yes, she covers. All right. So arrogance here. And then neutral here. Let's see. We've got a whole crew of them that'll be coming this way. Let me go first. Two out that way. So yeah, sure. Why not then in that case? Put her as far back as possible so that she can hit everybody on the way. And then maybe we can just throw Rob and Baron out top. Or yeah, out front, I mean. And then Regulus. Regulus, Cena, and Taylor, perhaps? You can think of that? I don't know. Let's see. Ah, yes, he's definitely damaging himself quite well. You're probably wondering why I was insistent on putting Rosalia in that particular space, huh? Unfortunately, that didn't work out so well up there. Well, Talon isn't gonna make it very long. It doesn't look like maybe. Yeah. No bueno. Okay, so I've got to put somebody up top. All right. Advancing Heroes Path. Don't full custody of this. Oh, Jesus, my neighbor's dog just broke his chain, jumped my fence, and came in my doggy door. Whoa. Scared the crap out of me, I bet. There's no bueno. Alright, let's see. Hollow was not really able to couldn't keep those guys up, but I could switch what I have over there. With this new information. So alright, let's start again. Still want to keep arrogance down here. Let's see. Okay, so arrogance and zero. We could, you know, let's try it a little bit different. Okay, so if we have three people at the top, maybe. Hmm. I think I'm going to, yeah, maybe not. Let's go ahead and put two on here, and then we switch out graph. There's one. so is Twitch, it seems. Oof, that's not good. Ouch. Well, that didn't work. It was close. It's 28 out of 31, I think. Not too bad. Rogajo says you got the kid grabbing his head. Yeah, I saw that. It seemed to have lost signal or something after when we switched it. Okay, well, looks like Adrian got 34,057,200, and then Rosalia did quite well behind it, 17,898,000. Then Arrogance. Could try putting Rosalia. Could try putting her behind Regis. But it's not good. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough thing. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that was my last attempt for the night because it's almost 1 a.m. So let's do this and just put Bucket says I'm gonna go to bed, but leave this up. All right, sounds good. Have a good night, Bucket I'm gonna go to stage 18 and I'm gonna do quick clear. I've got 9 quick clears left for the day of the just absolute free ones. So let's do this. And use one of these huge stamina potions. Start that. Should go very quickly through these, as evidenced by the term quick clear. Alright, we got 48 flawless meteorites, 124 mithril, 9 golden eggs, 288 mystery of artifact trophies, 288 grave conquest points, 41,510 gold, 41,580 gold, and 6,804 XP potions. Have some auto fights. We'll have some stamina remaining, so let's do some auto fights. 8 times, looks like. Pop on out of there. And over in the Orbs trial, we have some kind of a reward here. It is 1 4-star psychic power token. Very cool. Get out of there, and then we have some artifacts we should be able to turn into something. If only I can find out how. I think we'll go to storage and artifact, or yeah, sure, forge. That works. Over at the Mythic Forge, we've got a couple we can put together, so let's do it. The Mythic Forge only has a 20% chance of actually making mythics, but we did, and we got Scarlet Hunt, which deals 20% extra damage to targets inflicted with bleed, and that could be useful for some of our recent acquisitions. And Realm Tear, which it could be Realm Tier or it could be Realm Tear. Who knows? It's class limited to fighters. Deals increased damage to enemies beyond 1 tile for your hero. For every 1 tile beyond the first, damage is increased by 3%. Well, that's very cool. Alright. Excellent. Getting over there now then. And let's see. Okay, I've got all my daily ships sent out, so I can't use the harbor anymore. Let's check the arena, because I can refresh this. May as well do so. And we have Rotten Beak. Rotten Beak is from the United States, and he has 336,934 BP. He has Arrogance. He has Wrath. He has some Egyptian dude, and that chick with the headpiece, her name might be Vienna. And then this other guy. The guy who reminds me a lot of like Insane Clown Posse. That's Juggalo action going over there. Uh, who is he? It's hard to say. His name might be Abomination. I think his name is Abomination. I could be wrong. But let's give him a go and see if we get slaughtered or not. Currently, we have 363,591 BP. Should give us an advantage over our opponent, but hard to say. Gluttony. What shall he do? Okay, it sticks out Vierna. I was right, it was Vierna's. She has Reaper's Grasp. It deals 900% AoE damage to enemies in range. Kills enemies with HP below 35% after a short delay. Elite monsters and bosses are excluded. Now, when they do that kind of thing, I think it's called Execute. Then they've stuck out Arrogance. Good choice. Arrogance has Hellfire. The hero enters Berserker stance, dealing 360% damage with each attack launched and increasing attack range. During this period, the hero attacks with the Demon Boomerang. The Boomerang deals AoE damage equal to 30% of the damage taken by the main targets being evil enemies. Additionally, it inflicts burning on all enemies damaged. Then they got out the bronze fellow named Comet. He has Festering Curse. Each attack does 400% AoE damage, lasting 20 seconds. And then it was Abomination. I named him correctly. He has Boundless Endurance. Triggers automatically for 25 seconds, increases max HP by 50%, extends attack range, and reduces physical damage taken by 30%. Deals 70% AoE damage to all enemies in range 2 times, and inflicts burning for 2 seconds. This effect will become permanent after being triggered 2 times. That is super cool. Abomination. OJ says Arena gets tough at Plat. I've been Platinum 1 a few times, but I don't think that I've made Platinum 2 yet. Alright, stats here show that the top DPS was dealt, or the top damage was dealt by Kipoerneke, who was actually the first one out on their side, I believe. She dealt 8,103,790 damage, and then after that came Edrin at 7,563,680, and then Arrogance at 6,985,620. Then their Arrogance did 5,309,760. But their Arrogance came out a little bit later than mine. I don't know which of those guys are from Nightmare, beyond Arrogance and Wrath. I don't think that Comet is from Nightmare. Abomination might be, though. Alright, let's get our 3 arena coins and 1 rare summoning pistol from that. So yeah, it looks like Platinum 1's where we're at the moment on this. And we're out of... Alright, I'll get out of there. It looks like it may have appeared back up. Sorry about that, guys. We're having a little bit of some glitches going on here. Might want to refresh. I'm going to write that in here. Refresh the screen. Also, I saw earlier, I think I'll have a message from Cody saying that there's a promo code. Yes, here it is. Gray1Beard 2WOR. So I'm going to type that in. That's Gray with an E, not with an A. Gray1Beard 2WOR. That is a promo code for something. So let's go see what it's a promo code for. Let's go here in settings, and then you go down to the game code, and let's type it in. See what we get. So gray, 1 beard WR. Let's try that. Incorrect CD key. What did I do? Oh, I missed the 2. Missed the 2. Okay. Alright, try that again. Got it. Alright, out of here, and we go to the mailbox. And in the mailbox, it says, Dear Commander, attached is your CD key reward. Have fun in the game. Well, yes, of course. And so we got 100 diamonds and 1 huge stamina potion for that. Very cool. Let's claim it. And then we have these artifact material background fights finished. We got 36,960 gold, 6,000 XP potions, 49 flawless meteorites, 112 mythical, 294 mystery of artifacts trophies, 294 free conquest points, and 8 golden eggs. Let's check on the route down here. It doesn't have anything of interest, unfortunately. Alright, in that case, I'll get off here pretty soon, but first let's see what is coming up tomorrow. Okay, and by tomorrow, I kind of mean Thursday, even though tomorrow would be Friday for me right now. This is 1 o'clock in the morning. But let's look at Thursday. Let's see where we're at. Let's start today. Duel of Champions, that's the arena fight, and Treasure Hunt Celebration. That's the one with the lucky names. Alright. So that's what we've got coming up tomorrow. I still haven't done anything in the Apex arena. I don't really know what it is exactly. I haven't done anything in the Honors Gauntlet either. And I haven't done the third thing here in the Immortal Codex, which is, that's that fish, the flying fish thing. OJ says, check out the ancient banner for Saturday. Okay, let's go look at the ancient banner for Saturday. Alright. Well, hold on. First, we got Friday coming up. On Friday, we've got the Special Invocation of Spirits and the Crazy Divine Summoning. So, Special Invocation of Spirits says, during the event, the designated hero will enjoy a 20 times drop rate. And we have, let's see, who's this? A pirate guy. He must be not announced yet or something. Maybe he is the one they're calling Greybeard in the little promo code we got there. That would make sense for him to be Greybeard, right? So we'll call him Greybeard for now. He is a defender. He uses magic. He's a 5-star. Team protection, allied buff, and anti-air, it says. Whenever allied heroes within 2 tiles of the hero take damage, applies Tidal Mist to them. Tidal Mist cannot be targeted by enemies and restores HP equal to 10% of Greybeard's attack per second. So I guess he's Graves Greybeard. Greybeard being the last name, Graves being the nickname. When the hero blocks the enemy, Tidal Mist is removed, dealing 100% damage and inflicting stun for 3 seconds to up to 5 adjacent enemies. I'm pretty sure that if they wanted to hide his name, they could have done a better job of it if they didn't have it in the burned up on the spell. OJ says, I don't know who the new guy on the ancient banner is, but he looks awesome. I'll have a look at that. And apparently this one is Graves Greybeard. Got that. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Let's see what we have here. Magic attack does 100% of melee damage to up to 8 enemies in range, and that hits 4 spaces in front of it, which is pretty cool. Next one is the ultimate, Tide of the Dam. When the ultimate is triggered, doubles the physical damage reduction and magic damage reduction gained from the talent, deals 200% magic damage to up to 8 enemies in range, and knocks them back with 2 times strength. During the ultimate, the hero becomes the priority target for ranged enemies and applies Tidal Mist to all allied heroes in the talent's range. Well, that's pretty cool. So none of those guys, none of your allies are going to be able um, to be targeted by enemies. And it's going to heal them up until they block an enemy. Interesting. Let's look again at this. Select allied heroes within 2 tiles of the hero. And apparently in front, right? What I'm seeing? Okay. Then we've got Pirate's Wager. When deployed, increases magic max HP rather by 20% and increases defense by 20% of the hero's attack. Basic attack restores 8% HP. Sorry, I've got my headset doing something unfortunate to my ear again. There we go. That might be a little better. Alright. Pirate's Wager. Did I just read this one? I don't know. My ear was doing crazy things. I'll read it again. When deployed, increases max HP by 20% and increases defense by 20% of the hero's attack. Basic attack restores 8% HP. Interesting. And then he has Pirate's Curse. Grants 10% inspiration to all allied heroes on the field with invisibility or tidal mist. Okay, that's cool. So when he puts the tidal mist on his allies, then they're going to also get 10% inspiration when this goes off during it. During the ultimate, grants 14% inspiration to them instead. So that's very, very cool. Alright. Well, it's interesting. Let's see what his awakens look like. When deployed, restores 5 cost and immediately applies tidal mist to 2 allied heroes with the highest attack and range. Let's just... Okay, the next is attack plus 300, then we've got Awaken Free, Talent Enhanced. Other allied heroes within the talent's range can trigger Tidal Mist 1 time every 20 seconds at most. That's cool. Then Rage Regen plus 1, and then on 5, each ultimate cast increases the hero's max HP by 10%, stacking up to 10 times. Pretty cool. I like him. He's neat. Let's read his story real quick. We normally don't read the stories, so let's do it. We got Dead Man Chest going on. Oh, quarter, those pirates did cry. Old sea shanty. They called it the free trade. Captain Graves Greybeard navigates by his own star. While other pirates chase sails, Graves hunts what's already sunk. Warships split in half. Treasure fleets with their secrets taken below. Chances are, if it's lying dead on the seabed, Graves has already picked it clean. The gold molar from an admiral, a ring from a mate still hanging around the bone. He once dragged up the skull of a poor devil just to drink grog from it. Keeps the rum honest, he'd say, grinning through a beard that smelled like low tide and chum. Graves was a real bone rattler, too. Not the playful sort, but the mean kind. Kind who plays the 2 decks and lets you cut the wrong one. He's 1 boots off a man's feet, bridges off his hips, and he'd shoot you clean through if he thought he figured his tell. But it weren't all for coin and Phil Devil, for them coordinates. An old wreck, the king's chair, a royal flagship swallowed whole in a fog bank that never moved. They said her hold carried something older than the crown itself. Graves had never met a man who saw it and lived to tell till he sailed south to Airy Port and crossed paths with a certain admiral by name Claw. Real barnacle that fellow was, something odd about him too. So Graves started working in his trade. Got him drunk, marked the cards with lamp black, slid an ace from his sleeve, and palmed his second when no one watched. By dawn, old Graves had set sail for the oldest cemetery in the sea. He found the wreck easy enough, but the fog there didn't drift. Grieved. Graves dove straight for the captain's quarters, knife between his teeth. Down there in the dark lay no gold or jewels, just a small iron key nailed through the floorboards. Graves scoured that ship from bow to stern till he found the chest, but as the key clicked, it weren't he who had the last laugh. The captain's tricorn, the whistle, and the flintlock that lay inside, so he put them on. Suddenly the fog thinned. Suddenly the fog thinned him, turning his flesh to vapor and his blood to brine until he were less man than memory cloaked in mist. Now Greybeard walks through fog like its own, commanding his army of the drowned, haunting and plundering to the same as he once plundered sunken graves. A gambler to the end, only now the sea keeps the wings. Now, something I'll note is that when we put in the Greybeard promo code there, it was GREYBEARD. When we have it in the story here, it's GRAYBEARD. In that instance of it right there. Move back because my curiosity. Okay, there it is. So at the beginning of the story, it's your EYBEARD. So I think the misspelled one is the one here at the bottom, right there. Now Greybeard with an A. And if you go back and look, I think we'll find that it's also Greybeard with an A when it mentions it up here with the title mist. Yeah, GR with an E right there. Okay, so there's only one spot where it has an A. All right, so that's a special invocation of spirits. We got Crazy Divine Summon, which says that drop rate of legendary heroes increases to 2 times during the event. And then here is the special ancient summoning that OJ would like us to look at. Starts on Saturday. During the event, the designated hero will enjoy a 20 times drop rate. And we have Gul'drak. The demon Gul'drak, sculpted from his master's flesh and blood, drags his chains and giant axe as it traverses the battlefield ruins, following the scent of embers. He traced the path of destruction, only to have his weapon broken and his arm severed upon their first encounter. On their first encounter, I wonder who they are in question. Interesting. So it says single target physical attack, multi-strike attack, and summon. So we get to summon something with this spell. He's something. He's from the chaotic and infernal factions. Let's see what he has. Oh wait, I read that already. Okay. His talent reduces redeployment time by 30 seconds. After deployment, triggers spawn, which says after 40 seconds, the hero retreats from the battlefield and creates a vestige at his position. The vestige cannot be healed and inherits 100% of the hero's attributes and all skill effects except spawn. Up to 3 vestiges can exist on the field. Well, that's interesting. So it triggers spawn, and the hero's attacks inflict bleed on the target. We're getting quite a few more bleed things that I've been seeing lately. Alright, physical attack hits 2 spaces in head and deals 50% damage to 1 enemy target 2 times. Interesting. Frenzied Strikes is his ultimate. Unleashes 10 consecutive slashes at 1 enemy targeted range. Each slash deals 80% damage 2 times and causes HP drain equal to 20% of current HP hero. So HP drain says when activated, ignores any shield carried by the target and directly reduces HP. That's the same thing as Sargak has. This skill can only be triggered 1 time per deployment, and the hero cannot die while it is active. So he's got 10 seconds where he just cannot be killed if he's hit his ultimate. That's interesting. Mind you, did I tell you he's a fighter? If not, he's a fighter. Here's Bone Reaver's Edge. That's his passive effect here. Each time the hero deals damage to an enemy, it puts 1 stack of open wounds on them. Open wounds says when Gul'drak attacks an enemy with this effect, reduces attack interval by 2%, stacking up to 10 times. Okay, if the enemy has 4 stacks of open wounds, the hero additionally ignores 20% of their defense, and each instance of damage dealt reduces the remaining time until the next spawn by 1 second. Interesting. And then we have Forlorn Sacrifice. When an allied hero or the vestige retreats from or dies on the field, the hero gains 10% damage increase for 10 seconds. Nice. And there's one more thing over here. What is it? It is arena cost reduced. Reduces the hero's cost in the arena by 5. Alright, cool. His awakenings, we got awakening 1. Each time this hero is deployed, permanently increases his damage by 10%, stacking it to 3 times. That's nice. Awaken 2 increases his attack by 300. Awaken 3 reduces the initial trigger time required for spawn by 15 seconds. Yeah, I think that's pretty nice. Awaken 4, penetration plus 8%, and Awaken 5, The hero can be deployed on the vestige's tile to kill it. Considered a forced retreat, restoring 10% max rage to adjacent allies and doubling the number of slashes for the hero's next ultimate. Interesting. So you can kill your own vestige. So you could just sit there, retreat, and then immediately kill your vestige. Interesting. Alright, his story says, from the ashes of the fallen, a legion is born. That's what Valderon says, apparently, about this. The tower smoldered like a ribcage picked clean. Ash drifted in slow spirals, settling over the twisted communion of fused armor and blackened bone. Something vast moved through the room, a horned silhouette limned in dying embers, chains dragging behind beneath a low metallic rasp. Each step cracked cinder into powder. Axes the size of coffins hung from his fists, their edges still glowing faintly where fire had kissed them. He knelt, his clawed hand pressing into the heap of militant soldiers, and inhaled. Not hellfire, not the sulphurous breath of his kind. This blaze had been clean, sanctified, ordered. He tasted the ash upon his forked tongue and knew its architect. Gul'drak was not born of hell. He was excised. Valderon had carved him from his own flesh, leading him to life. From that severed mass he shaped sinew, horn, and rage, an era of oblivion. Where Valderon was dominion and design, Gul'drak was its execution, chain and cleaver, dispatched to silence whatever threatened his master. Gul'drak rose and followed the trail of destruction. Armor and bodies lay strewn where ambition ended in ash. Something had made its way to the outer well of the infernal volcano. He advanced to the lip of the cracked lava basin, where on the other side stood a lone figure, wreathed in blinding heat. The few remaining demons lunged at him, and the figure answered with a single arc of blazing steel. Flame and ice curled around the stranger like a living mantle, bright and terrible. Gul'drak descended the cavern and ambushed. Chains snapped forward as the demon closed the distance with fearless swings of his axes. He was met with flame-wreathed rage and ice-cold precision, each strike searing, each movement measured. When Gul'drak poised to swing, his opponent leaped first, his blade flashing as white-hot pain registered. The demon's arm struck the stone floor with a wet thud, but Gul'drak did not falter and pressed forward still. The man watched on as flames danced around his frozen figure, the statue wreathed in chaos. "Return to your master," he stated. "Tell him the collective lives on without him." Gul'drak paused. Even maimed, his heart burned to strike again. These words piqued his interest. "Truly pitiful," he hissed. "For you cling to the past, even after everyone's abandoned you. In time, you'll see that the Chaos Dominion is all that remains." "Come home, Warren," Gul'drak insisted. "Join your brothers once more." All right, there you go. Brothers in Ash. Okay, the other one on the special ancient summoning thing is Demi. Demi is a 5-star mage from the cultist faction, and apparently a lord at Brookside. Her thing says, the dark music master who plays the cursed melody. Her tunes are a whirlwind of madness and destruction, bringing chaos to all who hear them. AoE magic attack, and she's got the same kind of range as like Dao Chen does before expanding the range. So she's got AoE magic attack, anti-healing, invisibility, and anti-air. That's interesting. Her talent is gains invisibility permanently, but reduces max HP by 35% during battle. Additionally, gains specialized attack speed, which provides greater reduction in attack interval based on the attack speed attribute. Then we have her magic attack, which inflicts slow upon up to 6 enemies in range. That's cool. Elegy of Ruin is her ultimate, removes invisibility temporarily and plays the Elegy of Ruin. Her basic attack deals 180% AoE damage to at most 10 targets in range instead, inflicting slow and anti-healing on them. So slow decreases their movement speed by 50%. Anti-healing says they're unable to recover HP. Now, what's interesting is it doesn't actually say how. Oh yeah, it does say how long it lasts. I didn't see it for a second, but there it is. It says 2 seconds is how long that lasts. And then we have Waltz of Doom. During the Elegy of Ruin, every time hitting During the Elegy of Ruin, every time hitting at least 4 enemy targets with basic attack increases that hero's penetration by 3%. That's an interesting way to phrase that. That's not a sentence. So we're going to reread this. During the Elegy of Ruin, every time the hero hits at least 4 enemy targets with basic attack, it increases the hero's penetration by 3%. This effect can stack up to 4 times and lasts until the Elegy of Ruin ends. Alright, then we have Twilight Covenant over here. Passive. When invisible, reduces damage taken by 52% and restores 10% hit points per second. During the Elegy of Ruin, each time the hero deals damage, it restores 3% HP for the hero. And then there's her Lord skill, Forbidden Knowledge 3. Increases faction team members' basic attributes by 15%. Increases faction team members' damage dealt to enemies inflicted with slow, stun, freeze, immobilize state, and other crowd control effects by 30%. Increases faction team members' damage by 5% for each enemy in their initial basic attack range, up to 35% increase. Okay. Well, interesting. Okay. Out of there, and I realized that I failed to say what all the other guys here were, or particularly this other legendary here. Because for their epics that there are here, we've got Demos, Nalbris, and Lightlaw. But for the legendaries, there was Greybeard, and who's this? I don't know. Beatrix. Okay. I've seen Beatrix in Arena. People use her sometimes. She's a mage, 5 stars, from cultist and esotericist factions. I personally have never pulled her, but obviously she's one that we can pull already. She's in new, as far as I'm aware. It says the Dark Mage Beatrix harnesses the power of departed souls, weaving the essence of fallen spirits into dream eaters that materialize at her call, ready to aid her in combat. And I have definitely seen something about dream eaters going by on the ultimate for her when she's in Arena. I don't know exactly what she does, but it seems like she's pretty decent from what I've seen. All right, now I am going to go ahead and I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. It's 1:30 in the morning at this point over here, and probably a good time to get ready for bed. It was a pleasure streaming with all of you. Had a lot of fun here. But we do have to sleep every once in a while. If you are not following me yet, be sure to follow me and turn on notifications so that you can see next time I go live. Goodbye for now, and hope to see you all tomorrow.